The Riddles of Barabbas, Chapter 10, The Parable of the Gate, Festival of Dedication at Solomon's Colonnade, Jerusalem, and then north of Galilee, perhaps. If a man has built a fence around some sheep, he'll claim the sheep are his, and all the sheep within are his domain. If in the night a man climbs up the fence, there is much amiss, probably a thief, unless he's there to take a piss. But when the gate is working under watchful eyes of guards, the shepherds use the gate to get their sheep out of the yard. But of the gate there is more to boast than mere sheep theft prevention. It separates the sheep among the shepherds. What an invention! For when each shepherd seeks his sheep and calls them to them by name, his sheep come out from in the flock, and for him they are tame. But his same voice will scare away the others in the flock, while fence and gate will keep contained the fullness of the stock. Jabar said this to Pharisees who couldn't grasp his meaning. They rejected words he spoke or some non-literal leaning. He made himself a metaphor to challenge all their senses, to obfuscate the simplest facts on gates, sheepyards, and fences. Since you don't see the properties of sheepyards, Jesus sighed, I offer you this metaphor for gate. Truly, it's I. Before the gate the sheep could not trust those anywhere near. They're on their guard for thieves and robbers out on the frontier. But once the gate was in its place, the sheep could come and go into the fence to keep them safe, or out to graze and grow. The thief still wants the sheep, for it has wool and it has mutton. The same reasons the shepherds have to keep the sheep all shut in. But now the shepherd doesn't have to spend all of this time watching sheep both day and night through summer, winter time. The gate draws open, lets sheep in, lays life down on the ground, then lifts right up again, making the sheep feel safe and sound. A shepherd runs away when predators attack the flock. A gate will stay in place and keep the flock safely in stock. The gate allows the sheep to pass. The sheep, they know the gate. The gate maker, he knows the gate, goes through early or late. Shepherds come to gather flocks within the gate's sheep pen. The gate's duty to keep them safe under its jurisdiction. The gate's designed to open, lay down life, and stand back up. Authority was given for to open and to shut. Some Jews who heard identified with suffering of the sheep. Though safe they felt, they still were sheared or slaughtered in their sleep. They did not solve the riddle, nor did they find themselves amused, so they called him demon-possessed and with their words accused. Others heard the words and said, who cares just what they mean? The riddler cured the blindness of a man who's never seen. The sheep pen was around the Jews at Solomon's Colonnade. They asked it, tell us plain, are you Messiah or stockade? Said Gate, I told you plainly, but you simply don't believe. The works I do for Gatemaker are for sheep to receive. They hear my squeak of hinges, and they follow since they're trained, and I allow them out to graze, or in to be restrained. They're fed to life eternal, never perish of old age. No bandit ever snatches them from in Gatemaker's cage. Our goals are so attuned, I'd say, when all my work is done, a tool's part of the toolmaker, I and he are one. But in the crowd there didn't seem to be a good code breaker, for Jesus one-step metaphor for gate and for its maker. They could see a man, though he'd said plainly, I'm a gate. Instead of parsing words to give assent or to debate, they saw this man and reasoned that he was an instigator. They reasoned then that being a man, God must be his creator. These men considered blasphemy to be to claim your God, and lined up all around him a stone-throwing firing squad. But Jesus quotes Psalm 82 to keep his riddle tied, how gods are blind and mindless mortals sons of the Most High. If Scripture calls the blind and mindless gods, then what's to say? A gate that serves the function of its maker's not the same. If you see me working like a gate does for the sheep, believe the works, so you may count the sheep to fall asleep. Then Jesus went back north again to visit Galilee, and every one who followed there who came to him to see the one from earth who speaks of earth, as John the Baptist said, they believed about him what was right or was misread.